Hey,
Hey.
welcome back, everybody. Hey, ladies, if you're listening up there, why don't you send Ella back down? But welcome back. Week 10 NFL season, that fantasy show. We're back in the lab, Brian. How's it going?
Man, it's flying by. Busy, spooky month for me, as many of you are aware. So we're wrapping that up, and we're transitioning over to Christmas season. We
Man,
got the holiday music on 100.3 WNIC. The holiday drinks are coming. Starbucks.
speaking of all of that,
Woo.
we woke up to some snow in this area. Speaking
Yeah,
of holiday season, there's a light covering of snow on the ground
yeah,
outside right now, and the roads were a little slick. I
yeah.
wouldn't say dangerous, but
It's that time of year. We're
we're
finally
rolling.
finally getting chilly out there.
We're
So
rolling right along, bro.
yeah.
Just living life. As we welcome Ella down, we'll kick this thing off like we usually do. I'm your friendly local neighborhood YouTuber, Michael Amend, with my brother in law.
Brian Wilczek.
And Miss Ella is coming downstairs. And we got an exciting show this week, Brian. We're going to take a look at the season leaders. That's always fun to look at the point totals, see where people are. You may have thought in the beginning of the year, okay, this is the best quarterback, this is the best running back, but the stats don't lie.
Nope, they
We're
don't.
going to see what they are right now. Miss Ella, come on. You can come down here to the show. Let me get ready to sit here. Oh, I didn't think this through.
Bill
About
coming in
pressing
with the
buttons.
munchkins.
Miss Ella. Hey, babe. Talk to the people. Go ahead. Put your
Talk to the
earpiece
people.
in.
Tell the people what to do.
Your headphones. They're right there. The black cord.
We're just getting set up here. We're back in business. We had a week off. It tends to happen during Halloween. Things get crazy.
We needed a break, too.
Yeah.
We're just regular guys living our life. As much as I would love this to be my full-time gig, it's a hobby right now.
We're
So
the average Joes.
we took a well-needed break off. We had a hell of a Halloween party, man. That was an exciting party, Brian. You guys really know how to throw a Halloween party. I'm very glad that I was there. I also took part in a costume contest that you guys held, and
Yeah. Come home
may
with a
have done
dub.
pretty well.
Good job on that. Yeah. I'm glad everyone that came had a good time. We put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into that. Mostly blood for the Halloween part.
And absolutely, and again, get locked in for the season. Miss Ella, what do you say? Let's kick this thing off like we usually do. We didn't start like we normally do, but we're not skipping this pledge. So you ready to go? Let's go, babe.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hallelujah. Amen.
America.
Play ball.
Let's go. You know how we do. Love starting the show like that. So, Ella, like I said, I was telling the people, we're going to jump and look at the scoring leaders so far this season. We're going to do our rankings like we normally do. But, Miss Ella, we need to take a look at where you versus the coin are on this season. Exciting results. A little better than I thought, but they're leveling off. So we'll take a look at that, and then we'll jump into their picks for this week. And then we're going to take a look, Brian. We'll look at these leagues. We'll jump in with the Closing with Steve league. It's nitty gritty time here. There's only about 5
Nitty-gritty.
weeks left, 4 weeks left for playoff positioning. So, you got to win now to get in.
Win to get in.
So
We're doing all the rhymes today.
and we'll take a look at the first and goal league too. That one's a little more clear cut. I think you can pretty much tell who the playoff teams are there. A lot of the separation has happened in that league. So excited to just take a quick peek there.
Ella versus the coin.
Miss Ella, you're winning. If you look at that right there, you're 50-50, and that falls in line.
Ella is the coin. The coin's an imposter.
Falls exactly with how Ella did last year. But the coin is a little behind. That's surprising. I thought the coin would actually do a little better. But
That's statistics. Up and down, up and down. It'll level out. Don't you worry.
absolutely. So, do you want to take a look at Ella's picks now, or do you want to we'll jump into some leaders and we'll just bring Ella down?
Picks.
Ella's
picks.
ready? Okay, Ella, let's go. Hold up, remember your little song? This means Ella's ready for her picks. Okay, Ella, we are ready. You have 6 matchups lined up for you. Tell us who they are and who you have.
The Falcons and
Threw her off there. She wasn't ready.
the Falcons and the Cowboys.
Close. I
It's
can see
kinda-
how you
it's
get.
horse related.
Cowboys. Okay, the U's. Let's go. Let's go.
This game is
Okay.
happening right now over in Berlin, Germany. So if you forgot to set your lineup and you have one of these people going, you're kind of screwed. Sorry.
And Miss Ella, I'm sure she hasn't looked at the score yet. If she has, maybe that'll have minor influence over this. But Ella, who do you like in this game?
Tell the people who you like.
The Falcons.
Falcons.
Lock them in.
It's like we do a flying animation for that one.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right.
Some people are referring to this as the, well, I'll say butt bowl. They're referring to this as the
bowl.
butt bowl. These two teams
It's easy to call the Brown
are not really
Browners
the best
butt.
team. I'll say some people are saying that. I'm not
Some
really
people.
saying that. Just I've heard that this week a couple times, but they're not really doing that well this year. So Ella,
Yeah.
when you see this, who are they? Who you got?
Who are they and who you got? She's thinking hard.
Yeah,
The cogs are spinning
this
up
was
there.
A tough one. Well, I think we know the other one because the word is right there. So that's the Jets, and then the other one is our hometown team. We're not the biggest fans of them, but our family is Cleveland Browns. So
And
when
the
you see
Jets.
this, yeah, Browns and the Jets. So what you think? Who you want to do?
Browns.
Browns. Let's lock them in.
Lock the Browns.
Let's lock them in. Ella, we're going to move on to the third selection this week. They're calling this the Baker Bowl. I mean, the
Baker
Tom
Bowl.
Brady Bowl. Excuse me.
Yeah.
The Tom Brady Bowl. These are
You
the
got
greatest.
the Brady Bucks jersey here. You got
Absolutely.
the OG Pats, but yeah.
Yeah, I never really wanted the Patriots jersey, but that Bucks jersey is clean. That's the one with the Super Bowl patch too.
That's
one of
nice.
my favorite jerseys.
I would have liked one of those. So
But Ella, I believe you referred to the other team as the guys and the Pirates. When you see this, who do you want to pick?
Pirates.
You want to tell the people why? You could say more than just the team too, if you want to let people know what goes into your thought process.
chit chat a little
Why
bit.
did
You know.
I pick this? Well, this one is silly. My daddy made fun of this one before. Da 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 da.
I picked them because I like the logo.
That's a good way to pick them too. Some
Just do
people
what you
pick off
feel.
of the colors. So
It's a lot of March Madness strategy right there. Just
Yeah.
pick off the logos.
and we like that. We don't want to influence you anyway. You pick how you want. So when you see this, I think you know who these teams are. Tell us who they are and then who you got.
The Buffaloes and the Dolphins. And
Absolutely.
I will be having. I'm more of like, because I like doing swimming, so I think I'm going to do the Dolphins.
Ooh, that's a
bold
good
prediction.
reason right there. See,
like
and that's
the
what
reason.
the people want. Tell the people stuff like that. They're going
Yeah.
to be like, wow. Okay, here's our next matchup, Ella.
The Bears and the New York Giants.
Absolutely.
Look at
Let's
Round of
go.
applause.
But Ella, tell us why and what you think.
Bears.
Bears.
The Bears.
You got a reason? That's just one of your favorite teams to pick?
Okay, this is a little bit weird to say, but I like Bears.
Okay, yeah, Bears are cool.
Nothing wrong with liking
Yeah.
Bears.
Because
Hey.
I like teddy bears.
Teddy
That's a good
bears.
reason too.
Yeah.
Quality content.
Teddy
They're cute.
Roosevelt.
Ella, I think
making
we
the
have
chat.
one more matchup for this week. Another bird-flavored matchup, as we've gotten to that discussion before. Somehow, early naming of sports teams was heavily influenced by birds, but who are these birds and what you think?
We got the Cardinals and the Eagles.
Absolutely. The Cardinals and the Seahawks. Close. The Eagles
was
have
close.
like the like feather looking hand kind of thing, like
Yeah,
a wing.
The Eagle
you
looks a
know?
little meaner, you know.
Yeah. That one's like
Mascot
a
of the
Seahawk.
country.
So but when you see these two birds, who do you think's gonna win the football game?
I mean, I really like Cardinals.
Yeah.
And sometimes in the morning, birds are like really loud.
Super loud.
That's how they
And
wake you up.
Cardinals are just like chill.
They are pretty chill. I feel like a Seahawk would be all
So I would do.
aggressive.
I think I'm, and
I
because
think it's the other way around.
Really?
Yeah, I think Cardinals a little ferocious to other birds.
And
possibly.
a Seahawk is just like chill.
Just chill as ever, man. Just floating in the
That
wind.
Seahawk don't look chill. He don't look more chill than us.
Well, you can't make a sport logo look like that. We're gonna fall asleep on you.
Well, why would you pick a chill bird if you're trying to be like an aggressive NFL team? Anyway, we'll have to ask Seattle officials that. But Ella, who's going to win this football game?
Cardinals.
Cardinals. Let's lock it in.
Lock 'em up.
Okay, Ella. So we have your 6 picks locked in right here. So Ella's going with the Falcons, the Browns. I don't know what I put right here. I put Pirates. The Buccaneers. She's going with the Buccaneers, the Dolphins, the Bears, and the Cardinals. So let's take a look at this pesky coin, Ella, and we'll see what the coin does versus you, and then we'll send you back upstairs with the fam. Me and Brian will talk some boring stats and rankings, and we'll make the people fall asleep today. Our 50 to 70 viewers. Again, we're very appreciative of every viewers. We know we have
I think we got like 5 going right now.
well, we have a core audience. People check us in later, but I mean, we do have a core audience, and like I said, we're not too full of ourselves. We don't think we're ESPN quality talent here, but
yeah,
we know some stuff about ball, especially
a thing
fantasy.
or two.
So. But you got the coin thing loaded up?
I'm loading it up. I'm trying to do something a little special with it. Get it a little nicer looking.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
give me a
Special and fun.
Yeah.
Ella, tell the people what you got right there. Go ahead. That was an exciting purchase this morning. Go ahead. Into your microphone.
I've got the new Wicked Munchkin holder from Duncan. The Wicked for Good.
America runs on Duncan.
Dang, that's a plug for Duncan right
Let's
there.
go, Duncan. Holler at your boy.
And
So
Yeah,
what? But
fantasy
what's in
show?
them?
We're open for sponsors.
well,
If you wanna reach the wide local audience that is southeastern or western Wayne County, maybe 15 people at a time, we're your guys.
The
right
Garden
there.
City, Westland, Wayne, Canton area.
Yeah, we get like 1 viewer per city that we just mentioned. So
we're locked.
we're doing it.
Well, that's just live viewers. Like I said, after the fact, we get people checking us out. Everybody can't jump on this time slot, and we're busy guys, man.
Yeah.
Shoot, this is the day that we can do this. So, okay, Ella, what is that? So that is like, it looks like a little donut hole or something.
it is.
Into your microphone.
It is. It's like a donut, but it has like pink and green sprinkles. It's really good.
Okay, people like sprinkles. Not so much me. You offered me one, and I felt so bad. Yeah, I know, right? I don't know. Sprinkles. Sprinkles don't get me going, but yeah. Excellent
It's
selection of donuts this morning from Duncan. It's been a while since we've been in there.
It also has this pink and green, and it's like split. Like,
Oh, that tissue paper. That's really cool. Yeah, no, that's cool, and you get to keep that tin. Exciting purchase.
Just do my thing in the background.
Yeah,
Trying
let's go.
Trying to
coin.
do some stuff on the fly.
Shout out to apple juice too, man. It's been changing my life this week.
Apple juice. Oh, I
Bro.
hear the Planet Fitness has a
Brother.
new consistent member over here.
Brother, listen, I am in that gym like I work there now. I'm going after this. I'm excited.
Good for you. Proud of you, man.
It's kind of life changing. The gym community is pretty inspiring. Everybody in that place is trying to better themselves, and pretty freaking cool, man.
That is awesome.
Pretty cool.
You gotta respect that. All right, you ready for this?
Let's see what the coin got. I know.
Bam,
Ella just
look at
made her
that.
Irish exit real quick.
Look at the overlay.
Okay, I love
All
the
right.
overlay. So
So-
here we go.
Here we go.
Let's see what the coin has, and then I'm excited to talk about these leaders.
Okay, so Falcons and the U's.
The U's.
Maybe the Colts. We
Let's
don't
go.
know. Flip this boy.
Let's see what we got.
I think
popping
heads is
here.
Falcons, right?
Yeah, we're going. We're
Oh,
just going
Colts.
heads tails. So they got.
The coin took
And that
the
game
Colts.
is 14-13 at the moment, and
They might be onto something.
doesn't matter.
Doesn't
Anyway,
matter.
Let's go to
The
that.
Brady Bowl.
We're going Brady Bowl for this one. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, that's okay. Tails is the
The Bucks.
Pirates.
Pirates. The Pirates.
Okay,
Not
and then
Pittsburgh.
are we gonna go down to the Giants and Bears?
Giants, Bears.
Okay, we'll go that way.
Giants, Bears. Coin the Bears.
Chicago. Okay, let's see what we
Is that
got.
3 straight tails? I think so.
Let's see what we got
Browns,
in that
Jets.
booty bowl. In the booty bowl, the
4
coin
tails in a
has
row.
the Jets.
Let's see if we can get all tails.
Jets. Jets. Let's go Bills and the Dolphins.
Boo. Aaron Glenn not doing well out there.
Yeah,
Condolences.
both of those teams not doing well.
Dolphins. This coin's rigged. All tails.
Speaking of that booty bowl, though, I think one of those teams is trying to tank, and the other one is just pure booty. So
pure booty. They're
And
trying to
then
be not booty.
in the
but they're booty.
birds, the mean
Dang
bird
it.
and the soft bird, the
Frickin'
mean
heads.
bird wins.
I was going for all tails. on
Ella
that.
and the coin differ by only 2 picks, so we'll see how they look next week. The coin can only tie at best. Ella should still keep her lead. That was exciting. That's a fun part. Ella offered some great insight for that too.
Yeah.
Pretty
That
exciting.
coin flipper. What we got going with that? It's flipsimu.com. Shout out to you people out
Hey,
there.
well played. That is kind of fun that we can just pull that up on, put it on the screen.
Just slap it up there.
Instead of just tossing a coin here in the room and it bouncing who knows where.
Yeah, you don't believe that, right? I just flip this. I'll tell you whatever you want to
Yeah,
hear.
you can see the result.
All heads, all tails.
All right, what's up, Brian? Want to look at these leaders real quick?
Leaders. Who we got for leaders?
I got it labeled under leaders. There's a couple things. You see my Kobe jersey? What you think of my Kobe? I went
Kobe.
basketball today.
The OG8.
That's the second basketball jersey this week. I mean, most of my footballs are on the wall, so
I'm trying to get some, good mojo
Yeah.
going.
my team's on a bye this
Yeah,
week.
we had a
so,
tough one last week over there in the D.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
thought that one was in the bag. You come down the field, you score a touchdown, and it's just all falling apart from there. So
Yep. Any given Sunday, you got to show up every week. Anything can happen, and especially with some of the NBA news that broke while we were on our time, there may or may not be rigging, as we've alluded to before. I don't think so much in the NFL, but I mean, if you told me it was happening, I would not be shocked. But so yeah, when we look at the season leaders here real quick, these numbers are obviously they're set in stone. It is what's happened. There may be some differences based on okay, a guy had a bye week, so if a guy played 9 weeks and a guy only played 8 weeks, there's going to be a point difference. As we look at the defenses here,
defense, don't overlook the defense.
and
It's-
as you see,
man.
this is the top, I think, 7 fit there. They're only separated by 8 points. So, again, not the biggest deal for your defense. However, you could try to catch lightning in a bottle one week. As you see, Tampa there 1 week, they got 26. If
Yeah,
you just
that's
look,
definitely skewing them up the rankings there.
and
So
you could be consistent like New England up there. Those are just consistent numbers. None of those are exciting, but that team is the points leader. So this is just set in stone there. No need to really hark too much on the defenses. Kickers,
kickers,
again, a little more separation here from the top 7. The top leader, though, again, we've spoken to before, indoor kickers. So weather doesn't affect him. And
then you got the usual suspect Aubrey up there. We got a new name, Pinheiro. He didn't even play the first few weeks, and he's number 4 there. So
absolutely. So
that's
you can
pretty
find
solid.
value anywhere,
Yep.
especially a guy who gets signed week 2.
roll the dice, you might win the lottery. All right.
And then this is where, okay,
Quarterbacks.
we go into quarterbacks. It's a little shocking. It did not shake out this way in the draft. Josh Allen may have been one of the first quarterbacks taken, but he is number 4 on this list. Patrick Mahomes was probably QB 6 or 7 in
Well, I
most
could
drafts.
tell you pretty much since our draft mishap, we had someone auto drafting quarterback. It went like Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson.
And then I think Jaden Daniels probably was third
Yeah.
consensus. Jaden Daniels or Hurts.
And
Again,
yeah, if you got those dudes, you're kind of upset. I mean, Lamar's in and out. Gene Daniels, he might be toast now. That poor Alba is.
yeah, I feel like he's done for the year. Lamar's probably going to come back and have some value. So if you had him,
Yeah. Matthew
You're excited,
Stafford
but-
down there, he's man.
So, but look at this list, Brian. Where do you think Herbert was drafted? Herbert was probably round 8 and later. May was probably round 10 and later.
They
So-
were people were catching on to May this year. I think they were kind of anticipating him to break into the top 10, not the top 3, which is you got some real good value there. Herbert definitely, he probably got drafted behind May in most formats, I would say.
Absolutely.
And look at that. So
And then let me speak about one other fella there, since I'm a known Daniel Jones supporter. Daniel Jones not drafted in anybody's league. I promise you, if you show me a draft where somebody picked this dude, I would be shocked, because the consensus was this dude was toast. He was ass. He was cooked. Anyway, showing up there, what is that, 5 or 6? 6.
Six
Congratulations to that fella. Just
Round of
having a
applause.
solid season, playing behind a good offensive line
Yeah.
with a talented running back who may or may not be the MVP, as we may bring up who we think our MVPs are here a little bit later. But again, that was a shocking list. As we move on to running backs
running
here,
backs, I think these top 2 guys, people were weary on McCaffrey. I mean, he definitely went in the first round in most formats. Jonathan Taylor, that dude might have been 3rd, 4th rounds in
absolutely.
some occasions.
So you could find some value with Taylor later.
People were
Achan
catching on
Robinson.
to Achan the last couple years. Robinson, he's kind of been, he's doing good this year. I mean, the last couple years he might have been disappointed. He was kind of trendy. Jacobs, he showed he could do it last year, and he's still staying up there. Javonte Williams, that's probably one people weren't really.
Yeah,
catch
those
on
are
to.
2 guys right there, Jacobs and Williams. It's like, they're good names. They're showing up, but during a draft, it's like, no matter how good you are, kind of like maybe even life sometimes, no matter how good you are, like sometimes people just don't want you. Like, so maybe those guys were overlooked and, just passed over, and they hold some value. They're sitting there in the top 7 or 8 of scoring. Mr. James Cook and Jameer Gibbs, those guys were like round 1, round 2 guys. So again, pretty consistent seasons from some of the top backs.
Yeah.
Again, that's why running backs hold so much value. The people that are valuable, they are valuable.
There aren't many workhorses left in the league, and you got a few of them right there.
And when you look at 1 and 2, the reasoning that their point separation is so much better than 3, obviously number 1 gets a lot of catches, so this is PPR scoring right here. And then Jonathan Taylor in number 2, he's had a lot of touchdowns. He's the touchdown leader of the league, and again, this guy may be the MVP.
He probably has the most 30-plus point weeks of anybody in fantasy.
So again, cream of the crop. These are just guys who lead the running back position right here. This is switching over to tight end. What sticks out to you here, Brian, when you just look at this?
No Brock Bowers on this list. He would have been the consensus one. He came back with a vengeance 2 weeks ago, putting up like the first 10 reception, 3 touchdown game of any fantasy player. But then he comes in this last Thursday and 1 catch for like 20 yards.
Absolutely. That was kind of heartbreaking. And again, you roll the dice, you got to deal with some injuries here. Again, this position, these are guys that you could find later. Warren was drafted later. He's a rookie. Kraft was later in these rounds. Kelsey's been pretty consistent.
Gadsden, man.
So speak about Gadsden there. Didn't even play the first 2 weeks.
No, didn't play, and then he's just coming out the last 3-4 weeks. I mean, if you picked him up after his first little breakout session, he got 30, 18, 11. Like,
so he creeps his way into the top 10, and you didn't even know who he was at the beginning of the year. This is why I don't value this position that much. You can find a guy. So I'm not going to spend my draft capital unless I have one of the top 2 or 3 guys. I think we talked about that in week 1.
I will stretch a little bit for one of the top 5 guys. If you think they're going to be guaranteed, but this year it was, a point against that with Bowers being out for a good amount of time.
So if you didn't get Bowers or you didn't get McBride right away, I would have punted that position and I would have came in later. Kincaid is a guy who I was looking at in most drafts. Okay, pretty solid.
I took Kelsey in a few weeks because last year you might think, oh man, he's ready to be done. He's getting married. He's not focused, but he's been pretty consistent.
And that's kind of what you need out of this position. There's not a lot of home runs here. I know that Gadsden week had almost 30 points, but if you look, there was another McBride week where he almost had 30, but the rest of it's pretty consistent around the 15 to 22-ish range. So
you'd be happy with
not
that.
A lot of value there. But then when we look here, receivers,
Ja'Marr Chase doing his thing despite the quarterback situation.
Usual suspect right there. He was pretty much drafted number 1 in all leagues, and there he is right there. Yeah, despite the quarterback situation.
Puka's still hanging on. He was out for a couple weeks with that injury, and he had the bye.
Absolutely.
But he's still there, number 4.
And Pickens and Pittman, those guys were drafted much later in rounds. So there was some jockeying here at receiver. Some of the usual suspects aren't on the leaderboard.
Put him there at the beginning of the year.
But this is what it is. So if you value guys that you have that aren't on this list better, sometimes you got to take a look at the list and realize, okay, well, this is what it is. Maybe this guy was good 2 years ago or last year, but this year, he's only doing this. He's only doing this. We're not looking that good.
Yeah, usually it's very helpful to look at the overall season leaders when you're trying to find people on waivers. Just look at that average points scored per game. It's going to help you out. It might help you find something most people are overlooking. And then, going through that list, do we have any clear-cut MVP for this year?
So we were talking about this morning, and it's like not wide open. Usually by now, there's like a quarterback that's got a stranglehold on this MVP.
It's generally it's a quarterback award, which boo, no one likes that.
And I understand that, but
I get it. But
sometimes guys silly. Have like Ja'Marr Chase last year. I mean, that could have been MVP worthy.
McCaffrey a couple years ago.
Calvin Johnson's record-setting season, that should have been MVP worthy as well.
Monster year, got the jersey there, making an appearance.
But again, so this year it's kind of wide open. There's been some talk about Baker. I get the Baker talk as our cat has just
the cat just ripped down.
Cat decided that's his toy for today. Yep. But I can understand the Baker talk. He's having a resurgence. That team's still playing well.
They didn't look the greatest against the Lions. I mean, every person you want to give a nod to, there's definitely like a caveat. Like, okay,
that's a good point.
They had this week was bad. They didn't do this right. So it's like, I don't know. Daniel Jones, like he's completely unexpected. If I had to pick a quarterback, I got to pick Daniel Jones.
That's a good one too. He's leading his team to the best record in the league. He may be tied with that now, as they had a little lull last week. But he's having a resurgence too. Again, that team is playing well and it's led by the quarterback. I could understand that. However, when we looked at that running back list, I could make a case for both of those running backs.
Oh yeah,
More so
McCaffrey.
Jonathan Taylor,
Yeah,
but
Taylor definitely unexpected. The Taylor Jones duo. You miss one of those pieces, that team's probably booty. To be
absolutely.
honest, so
And
you
he's
could make a
leading the
case for
league in
either one.
touchdowns. So,
First drive today, or not the first drive, but first quarter, come down, touchdown.
so again,
no surprise
uh,
there.
for the same reason as Jones. He's leading his team to the best record. He's very consistent, as we saw with his fantasy point
I
totals
think
there.
if the Niners' record was a little better, you'd make the case for McCaffrey.
Absolutely. I would agree 100% with the way you just worded that. And then if we looked into a receiver, not saying that it's worthy, but for Jamar Chase to still be having the season he is
Yeah, that
with
is
three
impressive.
different quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Three different quarterbacks. It's impressive. It's not going to be worthy of the MVP.
No, just
it's
because the
probably going to
way-
go to a quarterback.
You gotta. The record of the team kind of has to play into that too.
It
for
may
an MVP
still be
case.
Mahomes. Patty Mahomes not having, an MVP caliber season, but we still got a couple weeks
I
left. If
don't
they
like
go
it.
on a little run here and he's just consistent, not
God.
necessarily great, he's going to have the backing behind him. And then if Lamar Jackson came back and just had ridiculous run here for 6 weeks, you could still make a case for that. Josh Allen, a little up and down, so I don't see a repeat there. Again, that's just the MVPs. How we
I think you're
about that.
channeling your inner Collinsworth over there.
Now here's a guy.
Get this out of here.
But shout out to
Boo.
Cincinnati Collinsworth. But yeah, so anyway, the MVP wide open. I think there's going to be separation. Let a couple of these quarterbacks shake this out. It very well could still be Sam Darnold if Seattle goes on a run. Not saying the guy's having
yeah, I think the
the best
Bengals
year, it's
record pretty much puts Chase out of it. They're not doing anything. They need a good run to get into the playoffs. If they turn it around, any of those teams that if there's a guy like Chase or McCaffrey and their team turns it around and they
Yeah.
make the playoffs, then you got a very strong
yeah, because what
argument for them.
McCaffrey's doing is nuts right now. Again, as we've seen with the season stats,
they're
there.
still in it though. That NFC West is looking very competitive.
It's wide open. But and then speaking of that, Brian, let's look at some rankings for this
rankings,
week. We could
weekly rankings.
take a look at how things stack up this week.
Yeah, let's jump in there. And if you're watching live, don't be afraid to jump into the chat. We can give you some advice on who to start, who to sit.
Oh, nice. We can see the chat.
We can always see the chat. It's just a
Oh.
matter of the
If,
people are using the
yeah,
chat.
we need
We need you in here live.
we need the operators.
I don't know. We got to get back on our schedule. Maybe we'll reel in some of the regulars.
Yeah, promotion really isn't my thing. I mean, I could try pretty hard, but
they know
we're
where
busy,
we're at.
man.
They
We're
know where to
busy. We
find
work
us.
a lot.
Rankings.
I have low expectation, but I do have maybe I labeled it something else. No, did I label it rankings?
It's rankings.
Okay.
I just got to format it a little, do my thing.
No, I was up pretty late last night. Well, not too late, but trying to get our little graphics and stuff together. The rankings, couple teams on bye this week. Still a couple people dealing with injury. The quarterback position, you pretty much should have your guy. Nothing too crazy.
Starting with the defense, just because
defenses. Number one. Okay, that game already happened, so you can just disregard that.
that game was a snooze fest.
Yes.
Holy crap! That was
Fun fact about that game, Brian. Second game ever where there was more penalties than first downs,
oh my
and
gosh.
which basically means that was the second worst game ever.
Yeah, every time your guy got like a catch or something, a penalty. You're like, what is happening?
again, I had a little 3-leg parlay for this thing too, and
Any
2 legs
bets?
cashed, and all I needed was J.K. Dobbins touchdown, and no, there was
Just
only
hope
2
you put the
touchdowns in
house
the whole
on the
game.
under.
I had under 48. It was well under that.
Yeah.
But then if we look at the
Under
rankings for this
25,
week,
please.
so the Browns, that's a consistent defense right there. I know we were talking about they're not doing well, but the defense is one of the best in the league.
Look at these matchups. Jets,
Yes.
fat and booty.
So they're not
Washington
good.
without Jaden Daniels.
So, yes, the Lions, I do love their matchup.
Jacksonville has been Jacksonville.
Houston's statistically one of the best defenses in the league right now for fantasy purposes.
No,
Not
CJ
so much,
Stroud
but
needs to get together. I mean, they were looking really good the last couple of years. This year's not been it.
And then-
Panthers, they're doing much better. They're sneaky good.
they're
this year.
playoff contenders.
This is that. Who would have thought
Even
that?
with an injury, Bryce Young missed a couple weeks. Playoff contenders.
Good
Shout out to the
man.
Panthers. Good luck for you. Uh, Bills again. That's a huge matchup, even on the road. I would start
Anyone
them.
against Tua, they're going to get
Yeah,
some
I would
interceptions.
start them out of anything in this, and that's just defensive rankings. If you have to start someone else, again, not much separation from
No,
points
and
here.
then just if you don't have any of these guys, just look at a matchup that's favorable. It
Absolutely.
hasn't been like a smash home run this year. Playing the matchups, I think the more consistent defenses is a better play this year.
Absolutely.
Take a more consistent defense in a poor matchup versus picking a matchup. But if you had to, if you get one of those bottom three teams like the Jets, you'll be okay.
Yeah.
So, all right,
Kickers,
kickers.
some of the
Kickers are
usual
kickers.
suspects.
They could throw a dud up there, even though they're in the top 10. It just
Even outdoors, I don't know if weather affects most of these games, but most of those guys are outdoor guys.
kicker, the kicker.
Yeah.
They're in the
Yeah.
dome.
I don't got much for kickers. Here's the kickers.
Here's the
Like,
kickers.
here's the kickers.
Do what you will with
There's
that.
the rankings. Okay,
Quarterbacks.
quarterbacks. So yeah, again, we just talked about this a second ago, but that Bills matchup, I like that. Josh Allen. I do expect a big day there. They may not have to throw much,
That's the
but
only worry.
they
If you don't-
may.
they go up big early, they might be more conservative.
But if he gets his numbers early, then that could be good. But when we get to the running backs, I like Cook for that reason.
yeah,
Jackson, I'm excited to see him back. If he's back and healthy, you got to feel like he's heavily motivated to at least show like he's still him.
he wants to
Again,
prove himself.
enemy of my favorite team. However, how can you not be a fan of this guy? Wonderful kid. Just want to see him back on the football field as he's exciting. There goes your boy Drake May. Again, consistent, having a great season in that Tom Brady Bowl. Baker Mayfield ranked high in that same game. That should be an exciting game to watch.
I'd be most nervous with Hurts on this list just because he's been inconsistent this year. But I mean, the Philly is kind of looked like that the last couple of years. They're like kind of questionable, but then they go and win a Super Bowl. So.
And you talked about matchup. That's not the best matchup. That Green Bay team, they're obviously fighting for number one positioning. Yes, and it's in Green Bay. And I don't know what their weather's like. We got snow here in Detroit. So what's the weather doing in Green Bay? I don't know.
It's getting a little nippy out there.
We'll have to check that out later.
Nipple.
So that's the top 8 rankings right there. Obviously, Bo Nix already played, did not do well. A couple interceptions.
Condolences to any Nix.
Yeah, I was posed earlier in the week with the question, who would you start, Nix or Goff? I said Nix. It appears I'm wrong. I expect Goff to do better than Nix's 7 points. So, again, apologies for that. But, when people ask you a question, you got to, like, pick a side and stand firm. You don't want to waver and really just say something for both sides. You just pick a side, stand firm.
That's a political approach there.
Yeah, you just pick a side and live with being wrong. So, my boy Jake, sorry,
NFC North quarterbacks here, and a former NFC North quarterback.
But yeah, tier 2 rankings. Yeah,
pretty solid. I mean, got some kneecaps intact here.
Absolutely. I'm excited personally to see McCarthy at home. He looked pretty solid again.
I think he did what he had to do. It was kind of a weird game last week with the Vikings and Lions. Nothing really exciting. It was just what team made less mistakes, really, that ended up winning.
Right. So it's just you want to see how he looks. Can he be consistent or keep growing?
Again, Jared Goff to be Jared Goff this week.
I do like Jared Goff to be pretty consistent this week. I wasn't excited for a huge week. Again, they might not have to throw a lot.
Marcus Mariota. That's an interesting one there. I mean, we'll see what he can do. Tough Detroit defense. I wouldn't start him personally. This is interesting that the analysts put him there. But...
I think more so because of the rushing ability. He is a guy that will scramble for some yards. Again, that offense can put up some points, but I'm not starting him if I had a choice. Actually, in our first and goal league, I was posed with picking up one of these two guys, and I chose J.J. McCarthy. So we'll take a look. Again, usual suspects, Stafford coming in there, having a great season. If you have him, he's pretty consistent. Sam Darnold, again, I love guys having a resurgence. Sam Darnold's looking pretty good this year. That's a fairly good matchup. Again, quarterbacks right here, pretty consistent. You got these guys. So
third page of quarterbacks.
This is third page. This is a list of guys that
don't start these
I don't want to start these guys. That's exactly why I put this in here. Brissett, though, congratulations. Listen, this guy gets bounced around. He's like the consensus league backup. He's backing up somebody. But every time he comes in, he has a couple good games. And it's like the dude just deserves his shot. So they named him the starter for the rest of the year. I'm going to root for him.
People are trying to say Kyler Murray should go to baseball. before it's too late.
That would be interesting. I'm a
Yeah.
baseball guy. I'd love to see that. But besides that, Brissett, just a round of applause for him. You know, having a good
If he did go
resurgence
to
for his 2 or
baseball,
3
he would have to
games.
go to athletics, and I don't know if that's what you would want to do.
But if you have to start any of these guys, good luck. Maybe say a little prayer
I mean,
as well.
yeah. I mean, Fields, I think they know there's some upside there if he decides to rush for a bajillion.
If he can rush, but I don't think he's going to have much time to pass. So here we go
running
with
backs.
running backs.
At top 4, this list
usual
looks just like
suspects.
the open season rankings.
Absolutely.
Except for Rico Dowdle. I mean, he's been doing pretty good out there. What's the word on Chuba Hubbard? Did he ever come back?
So he is back. He's just somebody. He's backing him up right now. I don't know how
Okay.
they're going to share, but again, this list right here, cream of the crop running backs.
Yeah, just put a
Dowdle came, like you said, he came on later, but
Yeah.
everybody else, this was probably one of these guys was your RB one in the league that we're in, closing with Steve. I'm blessed to have 1 and 6 here. You know, those guys are good. I like
I
both
got
of
4
those
and 8.
matchups. Yep, absolutely. You want to end up having even 4 and 8. Those guys have decent
Yeah.
matchups for what they do, not necessarily their team. I
Yeah,
don't think
these are the
Miami's
matchups
winning
here.
that
People
game.
like these matchups.
But
so.
Miami's going to use Achan, and he's going to get some work. I don't
Yeah.
expect them to look like trash today. I just don't expect them to win. Tier 2 running backs, you
Tier
think
2.
anything? What you like here?
Well,
Some usual
Jets
suspects.
did solid. If you caught the Thursday game, he still had 15 PPR points, which is good for. I mean, he's probably the only performing fantasy player in the entire matchup.
He's catching his stride.
Derrick Henry has been kind of quiet, I want to say. I mean, he put up 100 yards rushing a couple weeks ago, but it was, no catches, no touchdowns. It was just kind of boring.
I think Jackson being back is going to help him for today.
Yeah, yeah, that'll definitely open the run up a bit. These other guys, I mean,
Dobbins did not have a good week, so
No,
again, the rankings
was-
were wrong for this.
that was rough.
But he was again touchdown dependent, so I just expected, they get a first and goal, they get 2 or 3 tries
Yeah.
to get him in there. It didn't necessarily happen like that. They
That was
threw
just
it a couple
tough-
times on
tough
second
game
down.
to watch. So
And the Raiders defense looked good, but
Yeah.
again, tier 2 of the running backs, any of these guys pretty good. Tier 3,
Tier 3.
this is where there's a couple rookies
More hit or miss here.
unknowns here. Kamani Vidal probably wasn't drafted. Henderson was probably drafted late. Kyle Monangai was probably not drafted. So you could have
Taking
found
advantage
some
of
value.
injuries. That's why you got to watch those injuries, see who's next on the totem pole, and you're going to get lucky every once in a while.
And that's why if you go 0 RB like we talk about, you skipped that and you went heavy on receiver, you could still find your running back later. Like you said, keep your eye on that
stash
waiver
some
wire.
backups at the beginning of the year. Don't just waste those late round picks.
And there's some decent matchups right here.
Yep.
So if this is your RB1, okay, and your RB2, here we go.
Last list here with a little bit of a
There's a little ad. I didn't do
Little
the edit
ad.
this week. Like I said, I was sitting there. The phone was a little fuzzy, man.
we're low budget, doing what we can. We're just
Yeah,
snipping
we're not
these.
no budget, but we're low budget.
We're
But
not
I
no-
did
yeah.
skip that. I could have just Microsoft painted over that, but
Yeah,
instead,
the time is a hot commodity that we don't have a whole.
and I
bunch
felt
of.
like bringing this was like good content. So,
yeah,
but that overshadows the rankings here for the. I think this is tier 4.
it's the one-way friendship with the fantasy pros.
Oh yeah, we love them. I don't know if they even know we exist,
No,
but
definitely not. Unless there's a
but when
cease and
they do,
desist
man,
at some point.
it's gonna be lit when they realize we mess with each other.
Don't give them our
But-
address. We get
so-
some letters.
So I would start any of these guys. I'm not most excited. Obviously, Harvey already played, but I would start any of these guys. I'm not the most excited, but I would roll with it. Like I said, a lot of people, their fantasy season is on the line. Who would you start out of these guys? I like Charbonnet.
Yeah, Charbonnet, he could be, depends the Walker situation.
His is touchdown dependent.
Yeah.
He doesn't get the volume that Walker gets, as you just said.
I think Tracy is due to do a better game. I mean, other dude's out.
Scadaboo's out. It's all
Yeah.
him.
I think he's just got to get used to it.
And
take
they got to
advantage.
respect the pass there now because Jackson
Yeah.
Dart, he can obviously throw the football. So
He can slang
I
it.
like that. I would start Tracy. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
I've started Marks in another league.
Aaron
I'm
Jones
not mad
was
at that.
being fed the ball last week.
So just off of volume,
Yeah.
like you just said, being fed off of volume, I would start any of these guys. I think I did one more of running backs. Okay. So this is where you're in here. You got to tread lightly.
Yeah, some of these dudes were looking okay at the beginning of the year.
Okay.
Barrett was doing all right. He looked like he was going to be a good guy. Tough defensive matchup there.
Yeah.
Um,
A
then
lot
you
of
got
these
some
are tough
backups.
matchups.
you get in the backups here.
you're pretty much touchdown dependent. If you're in a sticky situation and you have to start these guys,
Yeah.
try to look for what best suits something. If it's a PPR league, try to look for the guy who's going to get the most catches out of this. If it's just a
Yeah.
standard league, who's touchdown dependent.
Eyes are coming into play here, so we're getting desperate with
Like if I
with
got to
starts.
pick two guys to score on this list, maybe Chubb and Mason, I would say could get in the end zone.
Yeah.
Maybe Zonovan Knight. Again, if I have to
So,
start
well, look at
anyone on
that. You
this
got
list,
two on the same team there, and it's not a coincidence. 'Cause you don't know who's going to get the work at the goal line.
that's
and
why they're both
It's
down
scary.
there. I'm avoiding everything Arizona
Sorry.
except Marvin Harrison Jr.
I had to get outta
We'll
here.
visit that later. Okay, so tight ends. There's
Bowers
Mr.
back at the
Gadsden
top,
right
but,
there. No one
we
knew
know
who
that was
Gadsden
horrible.
was at the beginning of the year.
No.
I had no idea who Aronde Gadsden is.
Nope.
That's fun to say. This
Yeah.
list, though, again, I punt this position, and somehow this is the Closing with Steve league. I own 3 of these guys. I lucked
What's
into 2
going
of them.
on?
One of them is an original draftee from the Leary Pioneers Closing with Steve Dynasty League team. But yeah, one I got in a trade, and one I just picked up on the waiver wire. Like you said, Brian, I'm crafty on that waiver wire. If you had a good week, I'm gonna know about it, and you're on
Yeah.
my radar.
You
You
get
all you need is
potential-
one good week.
Potential to flex one of these guys.
I'm gonna
That's
know.
an unheard of move sometimes.
So I've
Flexing a
thought
tight end.
about that, but I've never been that guy. Would I
Oh.
start 2 tight ends?
There was a year I wanted to do it, and the league settings prevented it. And I was pissed.
Oh wow.
I'm like, this is
So I've gone
Wow.
4 receivers, and I'm gonna roll with it. We'll visit that
Yeah.
later. But
Good to
again,
go.
so tight ends, you got to start any of
Ooh.
these guys. There's not much separation from points. I'm comfortable starting any of these guys. Theo Johnson is exciting.
Loveland had a breakout game there.
Excellent game right there, right? And then another
Mhm.
rookie Fannin right there, just off of sheer volume. He's gonna get
Yeah.
work. I don't know if he's getting in the end zone, but
I'd start most of these guys. if
and
you had
then
'em.
the dinosaurs on the bottom, Zach Ertz and Mark Andrews. Your novice players are gonna start them just based off of their name. I'd start one of the younger guys over those guys, but if you have
Okay.
to, those guys are consistent veterans, but so receivers.
Yeah, the fun.
So Jamar Chase is off. That's why you're not going to see him on this week. Jackson Smith and Jigba, number 2 overall scorer this year.
Two Rams holding it down in the top 10 there.
Absolutely. I expect the whole top 5, maybe even top 6, to just sheer volume work. 4 of those guys are finding the end
Favorable
zone.
matchups too.
5 of them are going over 100 yards. Those are all great matchups. Again, this is why you went high on receiver first. If you need something good, you want those guys.
Page
these-
2 solid.
A lot of people's RB or receiver 1 right here. If you didn't get lucky enough to have those, what's exciting here to you?
Well, Diggs is trying to repopulate the earth.
That is exciting. This guy's just planting his seed all over town.
He's given Tyreek Hill and
I
what's
don't
the other guy?
understand that with these guys. What the hell is wrong? It's hard enough to keep one woman happy. How are you doing this with 4?
Yeah, I think four women, 5 potential children. I heard there's a set of twins in there.
Oh my god.
One of them's Cardi B.
Yeah.
What
So
is going on?
I'm avoiding this dude, as all women should. But
Yeah, don't let him date your sister.
so
'cause
I
she'll be
don't
pregnant
really like
before he can even get in the
his
same room.
matchup with that Buccaneer defense. Just for him personally, I think they take him out of the game. I'd be more worried about.
I mean, for fantasy purposes, he's been. Yeah, I mean, he's more bang for your buck.
he's pretty solid.
Mostly bang.
I'm excited about McConkey on this list. He's starting to get his target volume up to where, if he does get in the end zone, he's going to have a great week, but he's at least getting like 6 to 8 catches, even if they're just dink and dunks.
Yeah.
May break
Yeah,
a couple.
McConkey's definitely coming out after the questionable beginning of the year. He was losing that volume, but
What
he's
about those
doing all right.
Eagle receivers right there on the bottom of this tier 2 list? Both of them right there.
Smith has been solid. I mean, I was fortunate to get Smith in a trade, and
Absolutely.
yeah, he's
You're
been,
welcome.
Thanks, bro.
That was a good trade, both
Bought
sides.
him when he was down, and now he's way up.
Good
and
trade
I
with both
needed
sides. I'm
needed
happy
him.
with Baker, but
Yeah.
I think those Eagle receivers are both going to have a decent day today. I
Yeah.
think they actually both could find the end zone. I could be wrong there, but
Be weary of the weather. What's the weather doing in Green
yeah,
Bay?
we still haven't checked the Green Bay
Let's
weather.
check
We'll
the
get
weather.
on that.
Let's check what the weather's doing. Check
But
the weather.
again, the
We'll jump
Pittman
to the
game
next
is going
thing.
on right now. In the tier 3 slot, I do like this because Marvin Harrison Jr. Kind of a breakout game for him last week with having a quarterback that actually knows that this dude is talented and throwing him the ball instead of Kyler Murray, who was like, "Oh, there's only one football. I can't throw you the ball." Yeah, when they actually targeted this dude, he had his most catches ever in a game, which was only 7. And I'm like, are you kidding me that 7 is his career reception lead? So I feel like he's going to get a lot of work today. He may very well find the end zone again. He's very talented. I think he shows why he was last year's consensus drafted #1 receiver. He didn't finish that way, but
Hmm.
I expect a big week from him. And then for the Giants receivers, I like Wan'Dale Robinson, just target share. Jackson Dart slinging the ball around there. So I really
It's
like
gonna
things
be
for him.
cold and winter-like in Green Bay tomorrow night.
Oh, typical Green Bay
Chance of
weather.
snow. So be wary of the receivers there.
Wow. That should be exciting. A good game for the eyes to
That's
watch.
that's good football weather.
But again, I got to start any of these guys. I'm comfortable. You
Yeah.
put any of these guys in my lineup, let's go. Even Chris Olave right there. They're finding ways to get him the
This is
ball,
your
even though that team is not
Ohio
good.
State page here.
Yeah, I definitely like my Buckeyes, but
They're
again,
doing pretty good.
uh,
No losses yet, huh?
yeah, the Buckeyes are doing good. We'll get into that later when we have our rivalry week.
Rivalry. It's all
Rivalry
good.
week.
Sephora
It's
savings
going to be a
event.
big game, foreshadowing that. But
Yeah, don't forget the Sephora savings event. Black Friday's coming.
yeah,
Don't forget to get those gifts. Gift giving season.
I actually love Black Friday too.
Yeah, I just like to buy
Remember
stuff.
when the family used to go shopping on the Thanksgiving? I
Oh
miss
my
the
gosh.
stores are closed on
I mean,
Thanksgiving
it was
now.
kind of fun. I mean, I know people
People are
didn't
down
want
on
to get
that.
to work. Everyone. There's like an uprising. My mom's working. She can't cook Thanksgiving dinner. Yeah, I mean, we're in a better place now,
No,
but
man.
I mean, it was kind of fun. I'm not
No,
gonna lie.
I
Go
used
out
to like
there.
shopping, and I treated every worker with the utmost respect and
Yeah,
overly thanked everyone because I understand the uproar, but some people got to work. Other
yeah,
people work on holidays. I worked
yeah.
restaurant jobs where, bro, you were working on Thanksgiving, so
Well, the corporations have kind of caught on the last decade. The deals aren't really much better on Black Friday than they are the rest of the month. Like
yeah, the
most of the
consumers are
savings,
smarter.
are month long. You can get them whenever. So I mean, Black Friday deals are happening
I feel like
now.
things are actually cheaper in July.
It might be. It
There's
depends what
like
it
I've
is.
found a lot of stuff
And
cheaper in
then
July.
if you
There-
noticed, Amazon gets crafty with I think they artificially inflate the price. Like, oh, you're saving
yeah,
this. You get the big red bubble, 30% off, but that's just the price
I
everyone
feel
else
like
is selling it
they
for.
all do that.
Yeah, so we got to be smart out there. Shrinkflation is real.
Yeah, and then after
Shit's
Black Friday,
happening.
it'll be our rivalry week, Ohio State, Michigan.
Yep.
That's huge around here. It's big talk.
Love
Touchy
the Thanksgiving
subject.
week. Big Arch is undefeated against the Buckeyes. He's gonna be 4.
That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy? Last year was the biggest. Whoa. Last year was a snooze fest, but yeah, I don't know what happened there.
We'll see what happens this year.
But anyway, don't knock on wood. Hopefully, Arch can keep the streak alive. That's impressive. Something I couldn't say.
So this list of the receivers here, though, as we see my lovely ad, I didn't edit out.
That's hey, it sparked a good conversation.
I'm not excited about any of these guys. I don't care how good they are. Sometimes, like I said, you could be good. People just don't want you.
Troy Franklin had a touchdown. Man, I got to work on the speech.
Yeah,
we're slurring our words. I'm not drunk. I promise.
Yeah, that's okay. That's why I like being live. This is authentic. Again, you got to start any of these guys. They're your guys. Maybe Ted McMillan. Okay, cool. I'm not excited about any of these. I've done better than this, and yeah. I do have one more list. I think
J-Mo.
of receivers.
Maybe J-Mo has a day.
Again, he's touchdown dependent for me. He doesn't get a lot of targets, but
I'm gonna say he has a day today. That's gonna be my bold prediction.
That would be exciting. I'm a huge fan of him. Also, a former Buckeye.
Okay.
So this list, I'm more excited about guys on this list than the one before.
Was he Buckeye then Alabama?
Yes.
That's what happened.
Yep,
okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's been a few of those.
He was in our receiver room, and obviously the receiver room in Ohio State is pretty deep. He went to Alabama where he was able to flourish a little earlier.
Did Burrow do the same thing?
Yeah.
To the
Burrow, it was pretty deep. Basically, it was between Burrow and Haskins, and that's where I had Burrow go to. And Haskins had a great Big Ten season.
He did good in college, I'll tell you that.
He had the best quarterback season ever for, I think maybe Fields broke that, but.
That's kind of the, oops, what did I do here?
Dun, dun, dun.
Well, now you get to see behind the scenes.
I'm
I'm just sharing straight off the drive.
Dun,
Here, nothing here. It's the last page.
Last page of receivers. Yeah. So again, Addison, Quentin Johnson. I love these guys today. I feel like Baltimore tries to take away.
They're down the list, but I think that these are solid plays.
Any of these guys, Keenan Allen, possession dependent. Parker Washington breaking out in in Jacksonville there. Trey Tucker the other night. I
Yeah.
would have been excited. That game obviously wasn't as good.
I had to start him in a league. I wasn't the happiest
Alec
about
Pierce, I have loaded up right here because I'm going against him. Alec Pierce is cooking right now. 4 receptions, 84 yards, 1 touchdown, 18.4 fantasy points. So
it. Wow.
again, and then
Doing
even
some
Josh Downs, I would be
cooking.
excited about that. I
Have
don't
to
know
turn
his
that on in
stats,
the background.
but this list right here, I'm more excited about the other tier. If you have any of these guys, even Tez Johnson there in Tampa Bay,
I think I jacked up the other tier.
very
There's
well
the
here.
other tier.
Yeah, like I said, this one,
Yeah.
nothing exciting.
I
Shakir,
don't think
I'm not too
Waymo puts a
excited.
zero.
More excited about this one.
Yeah, I like those top 2 guys as well.
And I think that's
Josh
about
Downs, is Downs doing all right? Or Pierce
So,
is just
it.
kind
I
of
don't see his score just because I'm only loaded on my matchup.
Okay.
Drake London has 17.2 points right now.
Oh my God.
Jonathan Taylor has 15.5 points right now.
Okay. What about Daniel Jones?
I don't see this right now. I'm just
Okay.
on my matchup here.
It's all good.
I could go to the league matchups though. As we take a look, the last thing I got for us, Brian, we were going to just peek in on our little fantasy leagues here. So, as you know, what started this whole journey here with our content creation was the Closing with Steve Dynasty League. That's, if you don't know what a dynasty is, again, you keep your whole team at the end of the year. And then in the following year, you only draft 2 rookies, and then you got to get rid of 2 people, and then you just keep it moving. We are on year 3. So things are starting to shake out and separate. There's an obvious cream of the crop where the same 2 teams have met in the finals the last 2 years, and these guys are also tied for the best record in the league this year. As I'm talking about the Haddonfield Slashers and the Allenville Mean Machine, shout out to Brian Wilczek and Gary Vroom, owners of those franchises. Again, also towards the top 3 of the
You're on the tail
points
there.
leaders. My Pioneers are second in overall points, but 1 game behind in everybody's record.
Some tough matchups.
This league, it's pretty open-ish. Everybody except the Wildfire there has a shot as the Wildfire is continuing with their tank. Scranton, Detroit, and Santa Cruz got a little work to do, but you know the other 6 right there. You could be 6th seed, you could be number 1 seed here in 2 weeks. So this is pretty wide open for this league. Again, this is points before today's matchups. It looks a little different live.
I got the Haddonfield hat today.
Let's roll. Again, shout out to your team. Very consistent team run by you.
Here's the weekly matchup.
So this shakes a little different. So 6 and 3s against each other. 6 and 3 versus 5 and 4.
Yeah, there'll be a clear, top dog after this week.
There's going to be some separation, and then as we go into the final 4 weeks, we're going to be approaching the trade deadline. Everybody's going to jump in.
Another fun league here.
So this is our first and goal league. Again, there's a little more separation here. You pretty much know who the best teams in.
I've been doing pretty well in all my leagues this year. I think I have a shot at the playoffs in every league.
You know your stuff.
I'm positioned well to win some divisions. I mean that's going to happen though. If you're in multiple leagues, you kind of do similar things in each league.
Absolutely.
And like they're all doing good or they're all doing bad.
Absolutely.
So
I myself am not doing as well in this league. I've had some injury concerns. I punted.
I think you left a guy in that was hurt before the game.
I left a guy that was hurt before the game. I switched out a quarterback, and then he ended up not playing. I only drafted 1 quarterback, and he turns out to suck. Yeah, so Kyler Murray let me down. So, no excuses. Yeah. Those are just what happened. I'm pretty decent everywhere else. And then shout out to my wife with her team right there, the Zombabes. They're in position, and she may have some influence from me there. Yeah. So, just knowing some things. But this league,
that blood division wide open.
Yeah, and the Gore division is obviously just owned by the top 2 teams
top
there.
2. There's might be someone could squeak in there for the
So there's still some wiggle room here. I almost said wriggle, but wiggle room.
Yeah, it's been hard to talk today. I'm not gonna lie.
But yeah, again, this is a more traditional league. This is the type of league that everybody's in. A redraft league.
League.
A redraft's not to take away anything from anybody, but there's more luck involved in a redraft.
Yeah, but you gotta if you're crafty with the waiver wire, that's where you're really gonna win.
Absolutely. And injuries affect you more in a redraft league. You're not always as prepared as you may be in the Dynasty League, as we've been finding out more. I'm more prepared for my injuries in that one. But, again, so this is going to after this week, there's only 4 weeks left, so it's an important week for positioning. Most teams are not out of this. And then another fun fact, a stat that I read this yesterday: only 1.2% of fantasy teams in the ESPN world are undefeated. So no
Okay.
one's out there undefeated. It's
That's
very rare.
Yeah, there's not
Uh,
many. It's,
there, I don't know the number for
there's
zeros,
probably
but
one undefeated team in every 10 leagues.
yeah.
10 leagues to find an undefeated team. That's kind of crazy.
But a
So,
lot of the if you're 1 win or 2 win, your season might be over. But please, you want to
it's
still
probably
compete.
over. But yeah, just play for some pride.
Please compete because you know it's
Don't
when
be
it's
Mike
over, it's over.
missing a injury.
I'm usually locked in with
I
that
know.
too.
I don't know what happened. I was like, man, Mike was
And
off
then
this game.
it's funny. Last week we didn't do an episode, and I'm on the treadmill. Speaking of Planet Fitness, and I'm on the treadmill jogging, just watching something, and
Yeah, life happens.
they're telling me quarterback, whatever, I forget his name, was out, and I'm like, oh, that's crazy. I'm starting him this week, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm starting him this week. So I had to change that on the treadmill at Planet
Yeah.
Fitness. But
I hope Kurt's cool team is watching. I think he's got a few bye players in his starting matchup.
yeah, again, you
Sorry,
want to
homie.
still compete because when this is over, it's over.
Yeah.
It's over in 5 weeks for non-playoff teams, and then you're gonna miss this. You know, as it may not be fun right now if you're a 1 or 2 win team, but you'll miss it when it's over. I promise.
Yeah.
So just give your best effort. You're 3-6 or 4-5. There's still hope,
There's
brother.
hope.
Please still still pay attention, like Brian said, to the waiver wire. Try to make a trade. If you need to be good in another spot, trade away something. Don't hold on to somebody and you're just mid. If you're mid, you need to do something to try to get in there. You can still get in. And then if you're 6-3, be careful on your high horse there. Not saying you, just saying in general. Be careful because things can happen.
I'm never too comfortable.
You can go on a losing streak. So just because you're good, you're 6-3, 5-4, you're thinking, yeah, I'm doing pretty well at this. I'll start this guy, this guy. No, pay attention to these rankings every week. Pay attention to these matchups. Don't just be sitting here, set it and forget it. Because the goal is to win. You want to win.
Yep, you want to win, and I think that's we had a winning show today.
Yeah. I feel like this show was good. We're staying away from the gambling again this week.
That's okay.
Again, taking a break. Man, that community is definitely wild. But yeah, I'm just enjoying life. Like Brian said, we wrapped up spooky season. We're getting ready for holiday season.
Yeah, spooky season. I'm looking at some stuff in the background. I got a box away. We're gonna get there.
I'm thinking of unboxing today. I noticed you had one of your trees set up, or there was a couple sprinkled.
Yeah, we're
holiday.
in the transition period where most of the Halloween is packed away, but there's still some lingering things, and then there's also some Christmas stuff up and
I'm
going
setting
up.
my
So
tree up today.
It's this changing of the guard.
Yeah.
So
I'm not doing outside. I'll wait a couple weeks for outside.
I got the Grinch out there. I got the blow up, made its debut just in time for the snow, and yeah. So
I'm excited for the tree. It's nice to sit in your living room with the lights off, only the TV and the Christmas tree lighting up the room. That's a top 3 feeling for me.
It's never too early in November to put the tree up. If it's November, it's fair.
Yeah,
game.
I'm not part of that crowd. Look, I'll do it November 1st. I've done that before.
There were some trees out on Halloween. Not my cup of tea, but you do you.
Yeah, I love
you.
how you just said like that. Please, whatever makes you happy, and don't let anyone not make you happy. Just because
there's a lot to bring you down this world. Take what you can get. Be happy when you can.
Absolutely, you gotta fight enough, man.
All right, brother.
Brian, we had a good show this week. America in Garden City, Westland, Canton, and Wayne area. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in.
We love you. See you later.
Catch you next week. Good luck in your fantasy week.
Let's go. Go Pioneers. Go Pioneers. Go fight win.